Welcome back to the Lightforce Podcast, episode number 49, and yes, I am by myself at the moment, but not for long. As advertised, Laney and I did record with Grayson and Will of Determined Focus this week, and we actually recorded 3 hours of footage, and I figured that was like a big bite, you know, a lot to digest in one episode, so we decided to cut it down into 2, well, it's the same episode, but into 2 parts. So today, Friday, you guys are going to be getting all the Spider-Man Brand New Day discussion as advertised, and then after the weekend, you're going to get an additional part 2, episode number 49, where we're talking all about Avengers Doomsday, X-Men, and a bunch of stuff. So for the first time in Lightforce podcast history, you're getting a 2-parter episode, and I feel like that's just on par with the hype that's going on right now. Spider-Man Brand New Day, San Diego Comic-Con coming up, the 1-year anniversary of the Lightforce podcast. I mean, it just goes hand in hand. So enjoy the first part of this episode with Determined Focus, and stay tuned for after the weekend when we hit you with part 2, and we're talking all about Avengers Doomsday and all that stuff. We already went through all this. Just enjoy the episode. Thanks for coming back on the podcast, guys. How excited are we for Spider-Man Brand New Day? How excited are you to be here? You know, Grayson was the very first guest ever on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, that was a long time ago. I forgot about that.
Almost a year.
I listen. I'm stoked. We don't obviously we talk a lot, mostly about Star Wars stuff. We bleed into the comic book space when it is applicable, aka when I've caught up with things and I'm not caught up with things right now.
He hasn't even seen No Way Home.
I go through phases. I go through Star Wars phases, and then I go through comic book phases. And I'm sure Spider-Man will pivot me back in that direction. But right now, I'm in a little bit. I don't know. I got to be, allocate my time to things. So I'm
Right.
I haven't caught up with I didn't watch Born Again season 2 yet. Still didn't watch that. And
That's crazy.
yeah, and then I started X-Men 97 season 2 today. So, also,
Right.
if you hear a cat in the background, it's because there's a cat in the background. So,
No problems there, dude.
That's what the cat sounds like.
He's got Sabretooth hanging out of his house right now.
Oh, okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, and Laney, you can answer this too. Where's everybody at? Well, I didn't want you to think I was talking to them, guys.
Just
Hey!
kidding. Nope, just kidding.
Where's everybody at on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of just excitement for Spider-Man Brand New Day? I assume everybody is at like a 12, right?
it's in the 9 to 12 range. And the reason I say is 9 and not 10 is because I only have this. I'm like cautiously like. I don't want to I'm trying to temper my expectations because I know if I put myself way too excited, it might let me down a little bit. And so I'm trying to be like, I'm excited, but then I want it to be like, but I'm not as excited as I should be, so that way it just blows me out of the water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think about like a Captain America Winter Soldier, okay? A movie we all love. Correct?
Yes.
Fantastic movie. When that movie was coming out, I was excited for it. But I was at like, oh my god, height levels at a level 1000.
Right.
And then I walked out of the theater and I was like, dude.
They cooked there.
Oh my god. You know?
Yeah.
Like, no, but there's been a couple other sections where it's like a Civil War, an Infinity War, where your height levels are all the way up here, and then it surpasses it, right? Like you're like, which is, I think that's probably more rare, but obviously I've been waiting for this movie since literally the credits rolled on No Way Home. Yeah, like I mean, it's been almost 5 years now, and I was so excited for where the trajectory of his character was going now that we were kind of beyond the Iron Man stuff, the Avengers stuff, the multiverse stuff. We were like, okay, like Peter's going off in this own direction now, which is what excited me most because I was ready for him to get back to that basic core element. And so far, I mean, it's firing on all cylinders. Like the action, the cinematography, the score, the visuals, the costume design, everything is like, okay, this is perfect. Genuinely, the only hesitation I have is I just worry about like how many characters are going to be in this movie, and that's the only thing where I'm like, I don't like, as I'm a huge Hulk and Punisher guy, so like to get that team up, I'm super excited about. But I'm like, I hope it's not like these characters are in the movie so much that it takes away from the Spider-Man stuff a little bit, because at the end of the day, like Spider-Man, like I'm there to there's some movies where I'm like, hey, I hope there's this character's in it a lot because I care more about that character. But I mean, Spider-Man.
But at the end of the day, you're there for Spider-Man.
Right. But I genuinely I don't think I really need to be worried. Like I think all of the dynamics that we see look so good with Punisher with, and I guess I will say the only thing is this whole who is the main bad guy, right? We'll get, but that's we'll get into that in a second. That whole thing has got.
We'll dive in.
Yeah, that whole thing has got me in a little bit of like okay, depending on the direction they could go, I might really like this, or I may not love that element. But I really don't know. There's my essay.
There's this opening statement, folks.
I think I would say a 9 too. Hang on a sec. It's going to be really brief. I think I would say a 9 too, because the more clips they post, the more pissed off I get. Because I don't know why we're seeing a whole entire conversation between Punisher and Spider-Man as they're fighting the Hulk. Why?
Yeah.
We don't need that. And it pissed me off.
I don't need to say it.
Nobody needs to see it. Everyone was going to see it anyway. We know they're both in the movie. Nobody needed to see it. And it makes me mad. So it makes me less excited.
For me, it's especially difficult because it's like, I'm in this like dilemma where I'm like, I want to see I want to know everything about this movie. But at the same time, I want to retain that experience in the theater, you know?
Yeah.
So like, and I'm like, oh, these scenes are really good. And I'm like, but man, imagine how memorable it would be watching it in the theater for the first time.
Yeah.
So like,
yep, they just gave us that chance to see it in theaters for the first time. Like, why don't they trust a Spider-Man movie to stand on its own with the trailer they gave us? Yeah. Why are we getting new clips every single day? I don't understand that. You know I hate that. So.
I agree.
Will, where's your excitement at?
I think I'm probably a little bit lower, only because as much as I love Tom Holland in the MCU, I think this movie is so overhyped as like, it's Spider-Man. He's street level. He's got a cool suit, and it's not Tony Stark in it. Like, it's cool.
Oh, like Batman Part 2.
What?
Don't get us started right now.
What?
Oh my gosh.
It's Batman's back. He's street level. There's no BB. We're finally getting after 6. I'm just kidding. I'm rage baiting you.
We can come back to Batman at the end of this podcast.
It didn't come from me. It didn't come from me either.
That took 8 minutes for Batman slander.
What? Could it be me?
What are we doing? What are we doing?
You're wearing a great hoodie. You're wearing a great
Salt
hoodie.
the wound.
Back to Spider-Man. Jeez, oh Pete. So yeah, Spider-Man's pretty cool. I don't know. Kind of like what Laney said. They are like pumping so much extra stuff, and it got to the point where like everybody was like, "Where's the trailer? When are we gonna see stuff?" And now, anytime I'm on Instagram, I'm like, "Oh, there's something new. It's a brand new day, brand new post every flipping 24 seconds."
Yep.
I've been avoiding any video that account posts or any Spider-Man Sony account post ever since the second trailer.
But it's not even just that. It's like Spider-Man is such a magnet for reposter accounts where it'll just be graphic, white text, black gradient. And it'll be like, Jean Grey kills Punisher in Spider-Man Brand New Day. And you're like, come on!
Yeah, it's like, why?
It's very difficult.
It's like the second that a TV spot in China plays.
Oh my gosh.
It's on your Instagram.
It's like people freaking out.
I know there's a new TV spot floating around last week, and I avoided it, and then I was watching the UFC fights with my dad over the weekend, and freaking Paramount played it, and I was like, God damn it, I was avoiding this. I was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Paramount, you're not even making any money off of Spider-Man.
I literally did not understand why Paramount Plus was airing a Spider-Man spot, but hey. Alright, so we'll obviously get into all the Brand New Day discussion. There's plenty of just speculation to be had. But I told you guys earlier in the day, and I hope you came prepared, because I felt like this is a question that needed to be answered. I need your Spider-Man rankings. We have 10 Spider-Man movies in total. 3 Tobey, 3 Tom, 2 Andrew, and 2 Spider-Verse. I need to know where these fall, and then additionally, where do you think Brand New Day will fall in that final ranking? Because for me personally, I think it might be bumping No Way Home out of my top 5 Spider-Man movies.
Let me assemble this ranking here real quick.
Yeah, now when you said 10, I'm like, wow, it feels like such a daunting list.
I don't know what Laney's is, because have you still watched? Do you know?
No. Well, I don't want to watch Toby's movies again. Don't make me rewatch them.
I don't think she's watched.
to.
Yeah, we've established this recently, like a month ago. I don't think she's watched Toby's movies since she was 6.
Stop. All right.
For me personally, it's Spider-Man 3 at 10, Far From Home at 9, TASM 1 at 8, TASM 2 at 7, Spider-Man 1 with Toby at 6. No Way Home at 5, Homecoming at 4, I know you guys are going to love that, Spider-Man 2 at 3, Into at 2, and Across at 1.
TASM 2 is better than Homecoming.
This ranking, you guys brought me here to piss me off.
Dude, I love Homecoming, and I have been, like, in the effort to make more Spider-Man content, I'm like, I'm really just gonna start talking about how much I love Homecoming on the internet, and it's crazy.
Yeah,
like,
it's working.
I can't believe people like hate this movie.
No,
like I can see people being like, all right, I didn't like this, I didn't like that, like fair assessments, but people dog on this movie like it's dog shit, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
No, Homecoming is a great movie. I like genuinely, that for the longest time that was my favorite MCU movie.
Wow.
That changed after Far From Home.
Because there's no follow through.
Exactly. The ending of Homecoming is such a good setup for the trajectory of his character. Where I was like, okay, you're doing the Iron Man thing for one movie, and then you're moving on. And then Far From Home comes along after the Avengers stuff, and it's like, oh, actually, he's not over this whole Avenger thing, and he's mourning Tony Stark's death.
I think
he doesn't want to be Spider-Man.
I think it's not that it doesn't make sense, though. Like, you could argue, like, I wanted a different route for Spider-Man, sure, but it's not like he said he wanted to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man at the end of Homecoming, and then was just like, actually, I don't want to do this. I want to be Avengers level threat only. Like, I feel like he kind of got sucked back into the Avengers level threat.
He did, and that's partly the fault of the Avengers movies.
Which is a fair assessment, yeah.
Yeah, like, that's the thing, I'm like, as soon as you throw him in that Iron Spider suit, things change. And so that's why No Way Home course-corrected big time for me, where I'm like, okay, the whole Tony stuff is going away. And again, like, at the time for Homecoming, and even for Infinity War, although I look back on the whole, like, Mr. Stark, please, I don't want to go, blah, blah, blah. I look back on that scene and I kind of roll my eyes now where I'm like, oh, like, I just, especially because, like, it's... Spider-Man and Iron Man in the comics are not homies. They are not friends, okay? And I'm like, again, I know Iron Man is very, very differently characterized in the movies, and I understand that, but I'm like, I often wonder, in a world where they had the rights to some different characters, if, let's say they had the rights to Fantastic Four a lot earlier on.
You're cooking.
The Iron Man thing never would have happened.
Nope.
Never would have happened.
Yeah, that would have been sick.
And that would have been,
to do the F4, I mean, yeah.
Right, because that would have been so faithful of him being like, hey, I want to be part of the Fantastic Four sort of thing. And you can alter that of like, and him like, no, him being his own hero, because like low-key first appearance, he shows up Fantastic Four, he's like, hey, give me a job, and they're like, no, and then he kicks their asses and leave. Which that would be really
that'd be really cool.
Like, and I'd still love to see that, honestly. But obviously, the MCU, they're taking certain things and giving it to other characters. I get that, understand that you're trying to adapt in this universe or whatever, and a lot of it had to do with jumping to rights and stuff like that. But at the time, I like with the whole Iron Man thing, I was like, yeah, I think this makes sense. But now I look back on it and I just have like a sour taste in my mouth, where I'm like, they could have done this, I think, in a more tasteful way. Like, it's, like, weird to me. I'm, like, the fact, again, I know that Tony and Peter had this relationship sort of thing, but I feel like, realistically, the whole arc of, like, the fact that Far From Home is my least favorite Spider-Man movie. But I'll just go ahead and say that, yeah. And, again, it's on paper, it is not a bad movie. Mysterio is great. I like the whole stuff with, like, S.H.I.E.L.D. and everything. But the idea that Peter does not want to be Spider-Man. He's in Iron Man's shadow. And then by the end of that movie, he's in a private jet with Happy Hogan building a suit out of a synthesizer thing. And he
just posted a clip about this like 3
I know.
hours ago.
I saw it and I was like about to type something and I was like, I'm going to leave it be. And I'm just like, and I'm like, dude, this is not Spider-Man, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, even when Spider-Man has the whole, like, Iron Man is a protege thing, it's in Civil War, and Peter is like, F you, Tony. I don't want your stupid suit. I'm going to join Cap, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, again, I know Tony is a lot more benevolent in the movies. I understand that. But I think Homecoming would be so much higher for me. Again, I could still throw that movie on and really enjoy it. Vulture, still one of the best MCU villains. It's the way I feel about Ragnarok now that Love and Thunder is out. When Ragnarok came out, I was like, wow, this movie is one of my favorite Marvel movies of all time.
Yeah.
Now I cannot watch Ragnarok without thinking of where Taika will go with that character.
Well, that's why I can't watch Endgame.
Yeah, because like to me, it's like Ragnarok sets up
can't.
Infinity War, which is the best Thor, but then Endgame is like this is where it goes.
It kills me.
It's this weird disconnect, and then like of course, then Taika picks up where he's at in Endgame and just makes it kind of worse, you know. And it's just like, and it's like again, that happens a lot in comic books with writers passing mantles and weird character choices that they then have to fix and everything. But then I'm like, but you like also see like the humor that's in Ragnarok, and it's like, you're like, oh, I can't, like, I said this, I think I literally said this 2 days ago on our live episode. I was like, I watch Ragnarok, and then there's like certain jokes we made, and then I just like get flashbanged with like the floating kid's head in like, and I'm just like, oh, you know, or it's like
eat my hammer, and I'm like,
yeah, or like Zeus, and I'm just like,
yeah,
I'm like, you know,
that's character assassination at its finest.
And now,
as he's watching it,
and now with the whole, sorry, we're pivoting to like Thor here.
We're gonna get to these Spider-Man rankings in the next 60 seconds.
But now I think with like the whole like they're doing it again, where they're like, okay, we got to take Thor back in this direction. Let's cut his hair off again in Doomsday. It's like, why?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like you can make him cool and not like his whole.
He can have his hair.
I was
he
like,
can have
like,
it.
what? Why are we just like clean slate? I don't understand.
Yeah,
so
I don't
weird.
Get it either. Don't get
And
it
like
either.
again, and I'm sure Thor will be great in the movie. I am excited for like obviously the teaser for him is really cool, but I'm like, give bro's long hair back.
Yeah, let him
like,
live with it, dude.
I don't know. It's the same thing with the eye patch, and that's one beef that I think I've been seen the word.
And also,
yeah, why did he not keep the eye patch? That would have
they just
been
gave him
so
an eye
fire.
that was up Rocket's butt. Yeah.
They were just it's because they didn't want to
that.
CG it. That's why that's what they wanted. It was up Rocket's butt. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway,
I
so
understand
do you
though.
guys have your
Hang on. I wanted to agree with you and say the only good thing that came out of Spider-Man and Iron Man's relationship was the connection in Endgame, where the only reason why Tony was like, you know what, I am gonna help them, was because of Peter. Like that's the only payoff that is worth it. And it's the only thing that makes sense as to why Tony would be like, yeah, I gotta figure out time travel because the kid, that was my fault.
But
okay.
Now hear me out.
I'm hearing.
If we're in a different timeline, Fantastic Four exists, and Spider-Man he's going after Fantastic Four, all right, or wanting to be this big time superhero. You take Peter's role, and who do you do that whole thing with of the catalyst of what happens in Endgame? Oh, I don't know. No. Harley from Iron Man 3. I don't know. The kid that was basically his protege and was set up to be a new Iron Man in a way.
Right. You're so right. Yep.
And now, imagine he's looking at the picture and it's like that payoff of Iron Man 3 of him in Iron Man 3 whatever, and then that build up and like again, I don't know if
That's so
Harley
true.
would have
at least he came to the funeral.
Yeah, he was at the funeral. Yeah.
They could still make him something, by the way. I'm just saying. They still could make that like they have this whole iron. Okay, also, where is Tony Stark's daughter? Where's she at? Where's Morgan Stark?
I guess they just don't care.
Maybe in Doomsday we'll find out.
If they
is she gonna be? But if she does show up, is she gonna be Hannah Baker? Because I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I can't watch her as Hannah Baker. I can't do it.
No, yeah.
I know Noah's never seen 13 Reasons Why.
I know exactly.
No shot. I know you're my 13th reason why, but
no. See, you can't say that. I was gonna say that first.
Anyways, Do you guys have your Spider-Man movie rankings as well?
I'll let Will go because I still have to formulate mine after my entire tangent.
He spent the last
I
10 minutes, didn't think about it at all.
Yeah,
Will
I had to write these down. Okay, I'm gonna start bottom and go to number 1. Number 10, TASM 1. Number 9, Toby 1. Number 8, Homecoming. Number 7, Toby 3. Number 6, Far From Home. Number 5, Across. Number 4, No Way Home. Number 3, Toby 2. Number 2, TASM 2. Number 1, Into the Spider-Verse.
I respect the TASM 2. Good top 5.
The fact that you had TASM 2 that high just saved it for both of them,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I saw it in their face.
Okay. Wow. Okay, hold on. Let me.
Anything you feel the need to
You
explain.
explain to me yourself. I gotta lock in here. I gotta just tone you.
Here,
tone you
my
up.
explanation is, I rarely rewatch these movies. If I want Spider-Man content, I'm going to go into the comics. And we were talking about it earlier of like Brand New Day, and Grayson brought up the fact that like it's very Superman 2025 coded, where it's just like, also this guy's in it, and that's cool. I think that excites me because when it comes to like who's the villain of this movie, I'm not necessarily interested in like there being an ultimate big bad. I'm kind of tired of superhero movies or comic book movies having main superhero, side characters fight big bad at end of movie. I'm kind of tired of that. After seeing Supergirl, I was like, I am so done with this trope. I do like, however, very much like comics, or very much like what's going on in X-Men 97, there's a new villain all the time, but there's a villain in the background who's also working on stuff. And sometimes those villains work together. And sometimes there's a bigger villain who they have to team up with the smaller villains to take down. Like, I like when everything is a little bit more fluid. And personally, when it comes to Brand New Day, that excites me. When it comes to these movies, I just went off of like what my favorite memories of like watching these movies were. Into the Spider-Verse is probably the Spider-Man movie that I watch the most. It's the movie that I'm like, when I'm like I want to watch Spider-Man content, I'll probably put that one on, or TASM 2.
Yep.
Rest of this list, I have such nostalgia for Toby 3, for Spider-Man 3. Like, dude, I had all those toys, man. Sandman,
Bro,
dude,
the Burger
Green
King toys?
Goblin, dude, and just like the action figures. Like, there was like a rubber like Sandman who had like a big hammer and like a big chainsaw on one side. It was
Remember
awesome.
the Venom that had like the claw hand thing?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And then they like re-released those with like Chrome characters.
Yeah.
I'm like, I still have like the Chrome Spider-Man from that.
Yep. Oh yes, because that's on your shelf.
Yeah. Okay. And then just, I mean, I don't know. Ask me questions, because like,
What do you think?
It's just like, eh.
I don't know how many of those you saw in theaters. I assume you saw the Tom ones in theaters. Do you have a favorite theater experience out of all those Spider-Man movies?
Probably Across.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right.
That was so much like that. I was sitting in the theater, and that was one of those movies, like kind of like Winter Soldier, where I was like, I'm excited. Into was great, and I'm like, we'll see where they're going. And every couple of seconds, I was like, oh my god, they're cooking.
Yeah.
This is phenomenal. Like,
Still haven't seen it.
Flatline.
So yeah.
I'm sorry. Aren't you the Oscar
do?
Isaac person?
Yeah, I know, but
Miguel
I
O'Hara is
never.
infinitely hotter than Moon Knight.
I can agree with that. He's got fangs. Like, that's okay with me. But listen, Into the
fuck?
Spider-Verse, I just watched it.
The fuck's that mean? What do you do with those?
Like, that's a really great thing. It's okay. People like vampires, so the fangs are a good thing. But Into the Spider-Verse, I did not watch until, was it last month? I think.
Yeah, something like that.
And nothing was even spoiled for me. I just watched it for the first time last month because it was finally streaming somewhere that I had. And then Across, I'm still
They're
getting
both
to it.
on Netflix and Disney Plus, or one's on one
Now-
and one's on the other right now.
Now
Yeah,
they
but even
are,
before they
yeah.
switched, they were both on Disney Plus.
No,
like,
they
2
weren't,
months
because
ago.
I was always looking for Into, and it was never on Disney Plus. It was always just
I'm
Across.
telling you, like,
I'm
beginning of
telling
this year,
you.
they were both on Disney Plus.
I'm gonna be so for real with you. I think I've watched that movie probably 1,000 times on Netflix.
Across, right? Or Into?
Both.
Because they were never on Netflix at the same time, though, is what I'm saying.
Hey, either way, you could have watched them earlier.
Okay. So you hadn't seen either of them, and you were like, I'm not gonna watch them if they're not on the same platform.
But when did they also come out? What year was Into?
I don't know. Too
28.
long ago
Was
to
it
not have
21
seen
and
it.
23?
It was December of 2018, and Across the Spider-Verse
Oh.
was the summer of
Yeah.
2023.
See, Laney in 2018 wasn't really, like, going... I don't think I ever had any desire to go see that movie. Like, it was
We
a
should have
completely
been more.
different
We should have
person.
been friends more in college, because I'm not. I
know.
dead ass had a copy of that
Dead
movie,
ass.
and I showed it on our college campus to like 10 different groups of people.
What?
He was
I would
like,
come to campus and I'd be like, "You
putting
have to watch this
everybody
movie."
No way.
Straight up, I was like, "No, we have to wait to the post-credit scene." Oscar Isaac is Spider-Man 2099, folks,
What?
and she's gone. Oh, she's back.
It's the
We weren't
vampire.
good enough friends, and it was to the detriment of my Spider-Man experience. I'm sorry. I see it. I understand it's a fatal flaw. All right. I
Yeah,
watched
for
it
sure.
last month. I gave it 5 stars on Letterboxd, and I'm gonna watch Across. It's gonna happen.
Follow-up question for Will before we get to Grayson's ranking. Where do you think Brand New Day is going to fall in your ranking?
I mean, like I said when we
Potentially.
were talking about the hype levels, I'm like, if this movie feeds the way that I'm being told I will be fed, this probably will end up being in my top 5 MCU.
Hell yeah.
It has everything that I want from a Spider-Man movie, but I am also like at the point where I'm like, I am told so much that like, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. Hey, you're gonna love this. That I'm like,
Let me see it first.
Sometimes when they do that, I don't love it.
Fair.
It's like, don't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't tell me what to
Yeah.
do.
Don't tell me
What's
what to do.
that? Sure. We
This
do
is a
have to
little-
get to your Spider-Man rankings as
Well,
well.
and I've got it. And I will say, I'll preface, but before I get to the Spider-Man ranking, that my Spider-Man ranking changes literally every day.
Yeah.
Like, it's worse than my Star Wars ranking. Like, my Star Wars ranking is kind of like, there's certain ones that will change. Spider-Man, like, I could rewatch any of these movies and be like, dude, like, it's like, genuinely, these are my children. Like, this is like, it's bad. But, here's my Spider-Man movie ranking.
Please.
Okay. Number 10. Okay. Again, to preface, this is hard for me because I do not dislike any of these movies. I actually do enjoy all of them. So again, this is much like Star Wars. It's just like on today as a particular day, this is how I feel. So, at number 10 is Far From Home. At number 9, as much as it pains me to put it here, is Spider-Man Homecoming. At number 8, as much as it pains me to put it here, is The Amazing Spider-Man 1. At number 7 is Spider-Man 3, the most overhated comic book movie of all time.
Based!
Dude, like,
so based!
I'm sick of people saying this movie is bad. It's just, like, it's got goofy... people are like, oh, what's the worst comic book movie of all time? Spider-Man 3. I'm like, Quantumania
Think
exists.
Yeah,
Love
for
and
real.
Thunder exists. Daredevil 2000 exists. And again, like, this movie's
That
like,
movie
Morbius
sucks.
exists. Do you know
Bro.
how many straight-to-DVD Punisher movies there are, dude?
Dude,
Like,
Facts.
oh my god.
I watched
Adam
Daredevil
Webb.
2003 for the first time, like, I don't know, a couple months ago. I turned it off halfway through. I was like, holy shit, this is bad.
Yeah.
The Elektra movie, dude? Like, what are we talking
The
about?
Halle Berry Catwoman movie.
Oh,
Spider-Man 3 is a great movie. The phenomenal score, pacing, action, dude, it's so good, dude. I don't even care. All right, Spider-Man 3 is at number 7. At number 6, this one hurt to put here, but it's just because I like these other ones so much more personally. I have Across the Spider-Verse at number 6.
yeah.
At number 5, I have Spider-Man 1. Even though I think Spider-Man 1 is kind of a perfect comic book movie, I think it's like I think it's genuinely flawless to me.
Coward.
So good.
Hey, Will, do the other impression. You know the
What?
one from that movie.
What?
You know the one. You did it recently on a clip you did.
From Spider-Man 1?
Oh.
Come on, you know it. Come on.
What? I don't
You
know
did it
on,
recently
bro.
on an X-Men clip that you posted.
Oh! Bonesaw is ready!
That's the one.
In my head, that doesn't even register as being in a Spider-Man
Yeah,
movie.
I know.
That's just a thing that happened
It's a
one
side
time.
quest.
Yeah.
Dude,
Anyway.
that is such an iconic moment, bro. At number 4, and I almost put it higher, but I flipped it around just because of my personal heart of hearts. Number 4 is No Way Home.
Mm-hmm.
At number 3 is The Amazing Spider-Man 2. At number 2 is Into the Spider-Verse. And at number 1 is Spider-Man 2.
See,
Where
I
was
like it.
Across?
At number 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I love Across, but I've always preferred Into the Spider-Verse. That movie genuinely blew me away. Like, again, I watched it in theaters like 4 times, and I showed it to so many friends.
Not me.
Say what? Yeah,
said, not me.
we were not on speaking terms then.
Nope.
I was gonna ask,
But-
like, what's your like, just like I asked Will, like, do you have a favorite theater experience? Is it Into, or is it No Way Home?
Into is great because I got to watch it with my best friend who like loves Spider-Man as much as I do, but I would be lying to myself if it's not No Way Home. Like,
Fair.
that movie from beginning to end, I was so giddy. And I was like, this is such a love letter to the Spider-Man movies. And I'm like, dude, okay, I remember like the very first, like, again, I was like stoked for like from the beginning. I remember the first one where I was like genuinely like freaking out is when they played the snippet of Electro's theme. When Electro shows up, it plays like wow, wow, wow.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I was like, TASM 2
TASM
acknowledgement. And then like that movie has my favorite ending of any Spider-Man movie ever. Like that version of Tom's theme swelling with the opera and him in the red and blue suit and like the piano build up as he grabs it off of the pillow and then the window going up and it panning down to the coffee cup with also the Lego Palpatine. Of course, like that's gonna hit me in my heart right there. I'm like, dude, his like with like connecting Star Wars in there, like come on. And then like immediately going straight into the camera, like, bro.
It hits with 3 is magic.
Dude, so good! Such a good
awesome.
credit sequence, man.
It is.
I was like,
It's
hey,
magic. No.
I'm grinning from ear to ear, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I think I saw that movie in theater like 10 times. It was
crazy.
like I was like
That's awesome.
I was like, and every single time I was just so excited to go see it again.
Grayson, where do you think Brand New Day is gonna fall in your ranking potentially?
I think it could be number 3. I think it could be in my top 3 for sure. I think realistically it'll probably be in my top 5 because there's not.
Yeah, that's what I think
Naturally,
it'll
there's
be for me.
There's a lot of nostalgia, of course, for me surrounding every one of these movies. I cannot think of a movie on this list that I do not have some like fondness looking back of that time. Like, I mean, Spider-Man 1, I do think if it was not the first movie I ever saw in theaters, it was the second movie I ever saw in theaters. And I watched it, the whole thing. I was 3. I watched that the tape of that movie when it got home release. To my parents probably wanted to like actually claw their eyes out.
Put anything else
Like,
on, please.
They're like God knows how many times they heard Nickelback's "Hero," bro. Like
Dude, nothing fires me up more than when the Spider-Man 2 credits roll and it's like, Vindicate! created. I am selfish. Fuck, that song hits, dude.
So good,
That's
dude.
me with what I've done in Transformers. Like
That's also
just
great.
hit. Like they just.
And then
hit.
there's also TMNT. Knock, knock, you a butter.
Yes, it's the greatest song
Goosies.
that's ever been made
Goosies.
for a movie. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. It's the greatest song.
It is a I don't want to say it's the greatest, but it's pretty fire.
Someone asked me the other day. Someone asked me the other day, so why do you like the live action Ninja Turtles so much? And I was like, shell shocked. And they're like, that's so fair. Like, that's so
Just
valid.
watching the movie on 32 times speed just to get to the end credits.
I mean, listen, it's the elevator scene and it's shell shocked.
MC
and
like
that's it. It's worth
classic.
it. It's
What
so
is
good.
what is the best song in a Spider-Man movie? Like credits included.
3 is the magic number. De La Soul might be my personal favorite.
Yeah,
was about to say,
the bar's
that's-
not set that high. I feel like there's no definitive song.
We're
You
just
know
talking
what I
about
mean?
other. We're not talking about like Spider-Man themes, right? We're just talking about.
No,
other
No,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
needle drop. Like obviously, like Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse have like incredible soundtracks from cover to cover. Like you have Metro Boomin doing the entire.
What's Rick Pop?
Well,
I
it
think it's
might
gotta be
be
in the conversation.
Sunflower. It might be
Sunflower has
That's
to be
what I
top
thought
3.
of,
That's
yeah.
another one. Yeah.
I think it might be Sunflower. And then I would give it to 3 is a magic number too. But I'm not gonna lie, what's the one that I literally made a video for? And it's the song that plays at the end of Homecoming. I'm
The
blanking.
end of
on
Homecoming
it
or
right
the
Oh,
song during
Blitzkrieg
the.
Bop.
now. Blitzkrieg
Yeah.
Bob, yes.
Right, that's what I just said a minute ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but that's
no.
not like that's not like 4. Like I don't think you could really like link that to. Like that's
No.
just a song that they
You're right.
use, you know?
No, I don't know. I did for like that. I remember when that happened in the theaters. I cannot think of anything but Spider-Man: Homecoming with that song.
Yeah, anytime I hear that song, I just think of that montage.
Yeah.
Which is a great montage, by the way.
I'll be so for real. If the opening credits of
Is the
Doomsday,
MF Doom thing.
it does not start with all caps by MF Doom, I'm going to walk out of the theater and wait a month to watch that movie. Dude, if all of the red was green instead and it was just faces of Doom instead. Dude,
Oh
come
my God.
on. All caps when you spell the
How
man's
would you-
name?
How would you feel? Okay, here's the. I know we're jumping ahead again.
Are we about to start talking about Doomsday right now? We didn't even talk. We have not
Like,
talked about
alright,
Brand New Day.
It starts. It doesn't start with the Marvel Studios like opening. It starts wide shot Council of Kangs. Okay.
That'd be crazy.
Getting
And-
blown up.
It's basically it's Doom killing all of the Council of Kangs or whatever, and he kills doesn't show it or whatever. It's just like it's implied. Last Kang wiped out, and then it's like Doom whatever does his like little thing, it says something or like there's a little conversation, a good like minute or two scene. Then goes into credits, or goes into the opening credits, goes to the Marvel Studios logo, and the song starts playing, and then it slowly turns into like a radio, it's playing on the radio or whatever, and then it cuts to like who would it be?
And it would cut to Toby listening to the radio while his universe is going into an incursion.
Dude,
Yeah,
them like in New York and like, or like Tom or like, yeah, Toby like driving by and like Method Man is on the side. Are you kidding me?
Are we gonna get flagged right now?
I'm so hyped.
Dude,
Are you kidding me?
Dude.
Like this starting and like the Marvel Studios logo is coming up.
Be crazy.
there's been so many people who put this on TikTok, and it's incredible.
But do you guys think that there will ever be a moment in Tom's Spider-Man movies that will ever hit as hard emotionally as Gwen's death in TASM 2?
Yeah.
You think so?
I
Because
think
someone was
so.
like Aunt May, and I was like, no, it didn't feel the same when Aunt May died. I'm not gonna lie, it didn't feel the same because it really isn't the same as he was trying to stay away from Gwen the whole movie. He decides, you know what? No, we can do this, and then he fails to save her. And it's like that's way different. I feel like, but
I
that's
guess
just,
the
it
thing
goes
with
off how you feel.
With Gwen and TASM 2, I was like, you look at that character and the whole time you're like, this character is supposed to die.
Yeah, right.
So you're always like looking over your shoulder of like at some point, neck gonna get cracked. But with and there you go. There's your clip. And with Aunt May, literally, it's very rare that she does. You know what I mean?
No,
It's kind of like an Alfred. Forget it. I was gonna make a Batman reference, but forget it.
I know who he is.
Nope, it's fine. It's fine.
He's the butler. Go
All
on.
I'm gonna say is
the butler.
very rarely does Aunt May actually die, and obviously like Uncle Ben's always the dead one. But like knowing that Uncle Ben's dead, and then like what? That's the one scene where I'm like, I don't really like rewatching it because it makes me sad.
No, so the thing with it, I do think Gwen's obviously hits her because like they have such great chemistry, but yeah, in No Way Home, that was so unexpected.
Yep.
Like when she gets hit by the glider, I'm like, oh my god. I was like,
Yeah.
she's done. And then she gets up, like you feel the emotions with Peter in that moment where she gets up, and I was like,
great job. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my, it's so good.
Yeah.
Like anybody who questions that Tom Holland is a good actor, watch that scene. You're wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
Like it's just he's so good. That also a movie that like just his performance is incredible. But then she gets up, and I'm like, oh, like she's fine. And again, you're like, Peter's like, oh, you're okay. Like, you know, it's like, hey, like what's wrong, whatever. And then she collapses. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like she's not okay. And then the music starts kicking in, like, and you're like, and then dude, when her eyes are open and you just see the single tear going down, and he's just like, he's like hyperventilating. I'm like, dude,
And getting
like
shot.
this, yeah, and gets like, and he like can't be. He's like, I'm so sorry, like, and like Happy shows up and he sees what's going on. I was like, this is like, again, I know I dogged a lot about on like the whole buildup of like, you know, the MCU stuff. I was like, they cooked so hard on that, where I was like, I can kind of look back on all that stuff of like, in the same way of like Far From Home made me like, I guess, less appreciate Homecoming less. No Way Home made me be like, oh wait, now I really like this. Like I really like this trajectory where I'm like, I'm almost like, you know what? I forgive you. Like the bow is wrapped. Like he's like, and then you're getting that like the incredible score from Giacchino, and he's just like
the rooftop scene right after that. Like
scene.
That's like I feel like hits for some reason like is like more sad to me.
I
don't know, because
too.
just seeing all three of them like process this.
Yeah,
is
but it's
like,
also
fuck,
when Andrew was like, I lost Gwen, then I was like, that's it. Like, that's it.
It's also, it's so, that scene is like when he's on the roof, he's just like, don't tell me you understand, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, they do. But the fact that Andrew and Toby both don't pipe up at him, they're just like, they understand that like, we need to let him process this, you know? Like, yeah. No, I do think those are the top two. Oh, and I know you don't care about this, Laney, but Will, Harry's death. Spider-Man 3. Bro.
It's not that I don't care. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I'm telling you, Laney, you have to rewatch this. That was the Avengers crossover. When Harry and Peter teamed up in Spider-Man 3, and then he gets slimed out, bro. You're my best. No, not just my
No,
friend.
I didn't mean to laugh. I laughed because...
Dude, it's terrible. The sun is and the music, and both him and MJ are crying over his body.
And Loki, they have not done Harry well since that in anything.
Yeah,
I believe
that's the best it's been.
Yeah, I believe
that's the best it's been. Well, actually, I'm gonna stop myself right there. I kind of like where Harry's headed in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, but I know we're not fans of that.
Grayson's not a fan.
Harry's not in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah, he is. Harry Osborn. Yeah, he is. He's like a influencer.
Sorry, well then that's where I guess I legit forgot he was in it.
Yeah, I also am like fully aware that when you watch that with like a gun pointed at your TV the whole time. So, like...
Well, I thought you were talking about Lincoln, Lonnie Lincoln, and I was like,
no.
Because I wish that was Harry. Like not like in the.
I agree.
Not that, I think there's a way better. But I'm also like I'm someone who's always liked the Harry dynamic, the Peter Harry dynamic from like the Ultimate Comics, which I guess the Raimi movies kind of get into. But like I don't like when they make like Harry kind of like a loser, you know? Like I've always like because I mean it's more faithful to the original comics and everything of like I think about like Spectacular Spider-Man, love that show, but Harry,
dork.
Yeah, loser.
Shall we talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day now? We're an hour and 10 in.
Are we gonna
I was
do
fully
suit
prepared.
rankings? Are we gonna do suit rankings?
2 rankings.
No,
Suit
suit
rankings.
rankings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can do
That's so many suits. Though.
Well, what I was gonna ask you guys is because
Top 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say, instead of doing a whole ranking, do you guys have your top 5 like Spider-Man suits? And also to tie it into Brand New Day, like how do you feel about the Brand New Day suit? Is it a top 5 suit?
Let me just start off right. Let me just go ahead and get it out of the way.
All right, Grayson
My
said
top
me
five
first,
is-
me first.
My top 5 is Brand New Day, Brand New Day, Brand New Day, Brand New Day, Brand New Day. Brand New Day's costume is the best Spider-Man costume we have ever gotten, even if the movie is stinky, fat doo-doo farts.
Which is not
that
gonna.
suit. It's not. I was like,
You farts.
that suit is incredible.
Fat
But I'll get
doo-doo
my
fart.
actual ranking here in a second. Will, back to you. That suit is so good.
No, that suit is
All right.
it's the number 1 on my list immediately. As soon as we saw the final swing in No Way Home, I was like, this is the best. That's the best suit. It's right there.
And then they made it
What?
better.
And then they made it better by making it practical. Immediately. So good. And like on the scripts, like they keep posting that script everywhere from like that first page, and it's like Tom's note of like, yes, wrinkly, of like wanting it to be like yeah.
Yeah,
So good.
Yeah.
Aw.
Okay. My 5th
listening.
spot is the 2099 animated suit. Like that movie.
Oh,
rocks.
we're counting animated.
I figured, right? If they're
Oh.
in the
Yeah.
if they're in the top 10 ranking, right?
I was just considering like actual like live action suits, but
You do.
That's
you
the
can
only animated one that I have on there.
do whatever you
That
like.
that's on there. Grayson, you're gonna get mad at this. The Far From Home suit. Is that number
Spider
4?
Monkey?
No. The red and the black dude. That suit rocks. I don't care how he made it. That suit rocks.
I just don't like red and black. Keep going. you got it.
3, Superior Spider-Man. 3, Civil War. Goated.
Fair.
like, you mean? Well, are you talking pre-CG'd over Civil War?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. Just like the way it looks in the movie.
well, okay, because it's the same one in Homecoming.
Yeah.
But he wore on set. He wore a different suit that had a different logo.
Right, and like the lines were like kind of
Raised.
like Toby raised.
And they had the logo was the Ditko logo.
I say the Civil War suit because in my head when I think of that suit, it's him on top of the plane holding Cap shield. Number 2, TASM 2. Number 1, Brand New Day. So it's
Valid.
easy list.
Oh, wait, God,
Now
no.
the only other one that I would put on there, it is animated, but I'm like, we kind of get this from TASM 2 and Brand New Day, is Peter B. Parker. That suit rocks.
like
I
that,
agree.
like
That suit
that.
rocks.
I love it.
Grayson?
So trying to go from like bottom. I'm only gonna do live action suits just because like animated will get like kind of tricky. At my 5th spot is probably. Oh, that's so tough now that I think about it. Actually, I know what my number 5 is. Number 5 is the homemade suit from Homecoming. The hoodie suit with the blue sweatpants.
Oh.
Yeah, the reverse
I-
Ben Riley.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but I always like loved the idea. I was like, yeah, if he's gonna make his own costume, like when he's in high school, it look realistically, and it also blends together like the wrestler kind of look, you know.
Yep.
Which honorable mention, wrestler Peter in Spider-Man 1 with the Nikes, bro. So
Playing that in the Spider-Man game.
yeah,
like,
dude.
With that, and he's just got the pill eyes right here.
Yeah. It's so good. So number 5 is the homemade suit, especially because again, the last act of Homecoming when he's in that suit, he's got the big chunky web shooters and he's fighting Shocker and he's literally on a plane fighting Vulture. That 3rd act, it's so good. At number 4, I'm probably gonna go. See, I wish we could count the video games because like they're so practical, but I won't do that just because that doesn't count. I'm gonna go TASM 1. Really like the TASM 1 suit.
A TASM suit pop up.
The only part about the TASM 1 suit that I don't like is the color of the eyes. I don't really like the orange because I'm like, eh. But
yeah,
everything else about that suit, I'm like, it's cool.
I think for me, there's a little bit of nostalgia. Like when we're talking like translation to like comic accuracy, not even. It's
no,
but like a cool like art
fun.
Direction. It's fun. Like
Yeah.
it's like a fun like I don't know how practical. Like people are like, I think they were like when they were making the movie, they were like, oh, like we wanted to really dive into like what a suit he could actually make, and I'm like, brother is not making that.
Yeah,
like what?
Some guy in high school putting like absolute like that much tech in a shoe, like building a shoe. No, sorry, you're
like it's like the most hyper detailed. Like no, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Then number 3 is easily Tobey's red and blue. I mean, probably from Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3. But Tobey's suit, I do think, is one of the gold standards when it comes to creating a unique suit for live action while also making it as faithful as you can be. And I think it has become so iconic in its own right. And I think these next 2 on my list simply would not exist without the design that they did for the Tobey suit, which is my number 2 spot, is the Amazing Spider-Man 2. The big silver eyes, the big spider, the way Andrew moves in it and everything. Yep. The CG is perfect. Like it's so good. And then number 1 is Brand New Day. Again,
Brand New Day.
It's so good. It's so Romita Jr. The colors are perfect. The texture is perfect. The webbing is raised, but not too waised.
You got
I'm leaving the podcast now.
Not too waised, this Spider-Man.
They're like, oh, this is why this guy's on a Spider-Man podcast. Okay, right.
Yep.
Okay.
Not too waised. And he's like,
also,
bam.
And the Lightforce podcast ceases to exist. You're never hearing this.
Never hear from him again.
Also, the logo, like the spider logo for this movie, is probably the best live-action logo they've ever done. Go ahead, Will.
Would the suit be better off or worse if he had armpit webbing?
Brand New Day suit?
Yeah, the Brand New Day suit.
For the sake of the fact that in Homecoming it was like a gimmick that he had the underarm webbing, I would say probably worse.
Okay.
But if they had it like as like he couldn't actually fly with it, it was just like a stylistic thing, I wouldn't be mad. But I like that it embraces the more, as you push more towards Romita Senior era, like where he doesn't have the armpit webbings anymore. I thought you were gonna ask, would it be better or worse if he had the fat spider on the back?
Oh yeah.
That I like the lean, like having the same spider on the front and the back.
Yeah, it's got a little spider, like it's like red.
It's the same. It's that same front one, which I think is phenomenal. But I'm like, if you did have the like classic like
the circle reds,
the dot with the spider, like I wouldn't hate that. Wouldn't hate it.
All right,
it'd be kind of fun. But I truly think this suit is like. Okay, if I did have to mention, and this is an honorable mention because again, it's the same suit, but it's not like it's actually confirmed not to be the same suit at all.
Yeah.
The end of No Way Home is technically like the V1 of that, and then the one we see in Brand New. There's apparently I think we're gonna get a scene where that suit where it has like the shiny blue legs that like he had made it from his pre. Yeah. Which listen, anytime you have I know this is not a separate suit. But anytime you have a battle damaged Spider-Man,
we like that.
I'm in. I'm in 1.3 seconds. You know,
dude. You know
popping through.
Yeah.
You know it's gonna be
fire. And you have to have one eye poking through and half the face. There's gotta be a little bit of blood, and you gotta have him squaring up. That's the end of Spider-Man 1 when he's fighting Green Goblin, and he's like, I had a father. His name was Ben Parker.
Dude, I like from the we've seen from the behind the scenes stuff, and I assume it's in like the an apparent montage that we'll probably get brand new day. That like winter suit that he's got on. Well, it's not a winter suit, but he's just like it's his suit, but he's got
he just has a vest and a beanie.
Yeah, he's just got his vest and a beanie on. I like low key love that.
They already made the Hot Toys version of that. That's supposed to be coming out too. Yeah.
They did. I did see that. Yeah. Hot Toys a little bit in my past. I don't know if I can do that anymore. But Spider-Man Brand New Day. We are 2 weeks away from this movie. We already talked about our excitement, where we think it's going to rank, the suit, all that, and the third. I want to get into any predictions and theories that any of us might have regarding just this movie itself. If anything will tie into Avengers Doomsday, if anything will tie into Avengers Secret Wars, maybe more importantly, since a lot of things online have told us over the last year that Tom might not be in Doomsday, then most likely the next time we'll see him is Avengers Secret Wars after this. Any post-credit scenes that you guys might have in mind that can do all that tying in. What do you got? What's like, if I don't want to say what's your biggest theory regarding this movie, but have at it, anyone. Because me and Laney have talked about this a million times. But.
I wanted to pose one question. This is something that I'm hoping from the movie, and I'm a little concerned, and I don't really see many people talking about it. And I hope it happens. I feel confident it will happen. Where is J. Jonah Jameson at in this movie?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even I assume
is he in this movie?
Well, I think the actor said no.
Not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even if he is, what's he gonna be in there for like 5 minutes? It's just.
So here's.
I know where you're going, and I agree with what you're saying.
Because the public perception of Spider-Man usually is that or you can correct me because I don't know. Is it usually because of J. Jonah Jameson? Like people don't really know how to feel about him. Like some people hate him, some people love him.
Jonah is definitely the more like he's the polarizing side of it, where he's like the city generally likes Spider-Man. But there is kind of like those Jonah truthers where they're like, I don't know how I feel about this Spider-Man guy. Yeah. And he kind of, I would say it's probably a 70-30, where it's like, but there's a couple, a small group of people. But what makes me curious about if he's in this movie or not is, again, like we've seen in some of the promo stuff, like the Bugle is around, it seems. But being more of a significant presence, especially, 4 years after No Way Home. But do you guys know how Scorpion is created in the comics?
Nope.
You know what I'm putting down, Will.
I was waiting for you to get it.
Let him cook. Yeah. This is why we invited you guys on for the Spider-Man episode.
Yeah. There's no way to really sugarcoat this. Jonah's the one responsible for creating Scorpion. Okay. He directly funds and endorses the idea of Matt Gargan becoming Scorpion so that he can kill Spider-Man or hunt down Spider-Man.
He's literally like the main predator of the spider is the Scorpion. So like,
it's like a whole thing. Now, I'm sure if they were to do this, they would not make Jonah be like the sole proprietor of this, but it would be of like his news or his channel or his whatever dailybugle.net would definitely be like a backer of this, right? Like it would be covering this event and stuff like that,
Scorpion has like a Bugle sticker like on his
yeah. Like or like
sponsoring him.
Yeah, he's like an F1 racer.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just curious. I'm like, again, they're going very faithful with obviously the homages and the suit and the style choices. And it's like, okay, you set up Jonah being this significant presence in No Way Home. Surely you just don't uninclude him in this movie. Like, again, even if he's not necessarily a character, but like the Bugle is like, we're getting these snippets of the Bugle or seeing it on a TV in the background. Like, again, Jonah's a big part of No Way Home in that regard. So I'm like, that is the one question I have that's like, I'm like, is that going to be a surprise? And listen, when J.K. Simmons says that he's not in the movie, I don't believe him for a second. I don't believe that at all.
And listen, I want him to lie to me. I'd rather be surprised. You know what I mean?
I'm not the werewolf. Yeah. I'm not the werewolf.
Yeah.
And doesn't Peter need a job to live in New York City?
Yeah, where's he getting all this money from?
Yeah.
Which is another question I have.
Stealing it.
What was that?
He said, "Where's he getting all this money from?"
Stealing it.
He's stealing it.
Sound like J. Jonah Jameson right now.
Spider-Man Brand New Day is the most faithful adaptation of Spider-Man.
Money.
He's
he robbed the bank.
He's a bank robber. Which is what has kind of not necessarily confused me, but at least like made me go like, eh. The way he is building his suit and like having like that fabrication tech in his apartment is interesting to me, because I'm like, we saw in Final Swing stuff, there's the sewing kit and like there's sewing machine, right? But then there's like clips of him in the movie, and like I think there was like that apartment tour thing that was going on in New York, where there's like a fabricator suit where like it just like 3D prints him a new suit every time. It like spins around and goes like this, and then like a suit comes out of it. I might be crazy, but I'm pretty sure that was in one of the trailers too.
I know he had like a 3D printer for like gadgets and stuff. I didn't know about that though. I thought the whole thing was him analyzing him because of his like bio stuff, right?
Maybe that's what it was, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm just like, how does he have all of that stuff? I guess is my thing. It's like, if he's really going bare bones, Peter Parker, and yeah, it's been 4 years since he like moved out, like with just a box of scraps to go to a apartment building, but like
What?
In a cave. But like, how does he have all that stuff? Because the immediate answer is, oh, he got all that stuff from Tony Stark, right? That's usually the immediate answer. But now Tony's not around, and people don't know who Peter is.
Yep.
So how is he not necessarily funding it, but like, is he building all the tech by himself?
Right.
Like he's just Peter's smart, but he's like chemistry set smart, where he's like
he's not
not
like an
engineer. Yeah.
He's not like
he does have like obviously some engineering skill set because he's making web shooters and stuff, and he's making these gadgets, but he's not Iron Man. That's not his thing.
But the only other thing that I'm like, am I reading too far into it with the whole like him having tech stuff, is like, how many people do we know in our personal lives who are just 3D printing whatever the heck they want?
Yeah.
And like, true. I don't know how to do that. Like I think of our buddy Hunter, J Guy Hunter, and like the robotic stuff that he's able to do, and that's just him in his garage doing that. I'm like, all right, well, if Spider-Man's supposed to be like this really smart guy, and I'm like,
that's my thing. No offense to Hunter, but I'm like, well, Peter Parker is probably smarter than Hunter, and Hunter is a really smart guy.
Hunter would agree.
Yeah. like Hunter is making fully articulated like droids.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I think Peter Parker could probably make that, especially when it's like in this like science fiction larger than life universe where you got to bend the rules a little bit, like the fact that Iron Man built a full mech suit in a cave with a box of scraps is
Now what would be crazy, and this might be reaching, is if the place that he was getting that stuff was either from a interaction with Oscorp or Doc Ock as mentor. Of like, I don't know. I really want Doc Ock to be good first, where he's like with Doc, kind of like the way they did with Lizard.
Ever gonna do that? I don't think they're ever gonna touch Doc Ock again.
Which is so
or Green
bogus.
Goblin?
If they're gonna do Green Goblin, they'd have to make it under it'd have to be a different character or a different name. Like I really think the only Goblin we'd be getting would be Hobgoblin.
Right. And Ned is not becoming Hobgoblin anytime soon.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think you would get closer to some of the other Hobgoblins and stuff. Like, I mean, you could, but if he's like going to Bruce Banner, there's like Horizon Labs.
Yeah,
that's like from some of the slot stuff. But I'm like, again, I think it's probably a safer bet that like he reverse engineered some of the tech from his older suits. And then he just kind of has like this limited arsenal. Again, like we see in the fight team, he doesn't have like a drone and web grenades. Like he's like back to like basically like, and of course, the whole movie he's gonna have organic web shooters, which is gonna be a big thing as well. So
and his eyes move.
Yeah, right. And I think that's probably from the old suit, or probably he like got parts to like, okay, like I have a bunch of different masks, you know, because he did have a very small amount of nanotech left from the previous suit.
Yeah.
From not the Iron Spider suit, but it was from the Iron Spider.
It is Iron Spider, yeah.
Yeah, after he got it back from Otto and the giant, like, he had that nanotech or whatever. So I'm like, I guess it's not crazy to think that, I guess. Again, I think I have to suspend my disbelief a little bit. Like, I'm just happy he's in his apartment building his own stuff again.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that in that apartment tour, which I wanted to go to that so bad. That would have been so cool to do.
That would have been cool.
He had the giant, like 1-ton dumbbells or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Did you see that? The big dumbbells. I was like, that's so
cool.
like that's so out of the comics, dude. Like, I love that.
Wait, I had a question and then I forgot. Oh, the last time you guys were on the podcast, we were talking about how involved Punisher would be in this movie, and at the time we had only gotten that one scene where Spider-Man kicks him out of the van and says, "Go home, Frank." And now we're seeing a lot of scenes of Punisher. So what do you think about that? Are you like excited that he's very involved? Are you kind of disappointed that he's very involved? Do you think that there's really a point to him being involved in this movie other than it just being cool between him and
other than it just
Spider-Man
being
going back and
contractually
forth?
obligated, they need somebody else in there.
Will, what do you feel? I feel like you have a little bit more, maybe a stronger opinion about this.
I am a firm believer, and it's different with MCU, Frank, I think a little bit, but I am a firm believer that Frank Castle is a bad guy trying to do good. And when Frank Castle is made to be like when he's made to be like kind of like Logan, where Wolverine is like, oh, he's a bad guy, he kills people, he's an assassin, if something goes down he's going to do it, but like Wolverine is a hero. That's not who Frank Castle is. Frank Castle is insane.
Yeah.
It worries me when a character who is like the exact polar opposite in terms of that universe of Peter is talking to him that much of like, but it is an interesting thing with like, when you look at like the MCU Daredevil stuff of like I guess for me, it's like the way Matt Murdock treats Frank Castle is like, and maybe it's because Peter's young and he doesn't really know him, but like, that's kind of the way that I would hope Peter would treat him. Maybe a little bit better of like giving him the benefit of the doubt and like trying to help him along. But I don't know. It's an interesting thing because I mean, everybody talks about it, but like you think of like the Civil War panels where like Punisher brings Spider-Man back in and then Cap just like breaks Punisher's jaw in that moment of like, he is a bad guy. We are not working with him. He is not affiliated with me. And Punisher's like, do it, Cap. Like, you're my hero, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's mentally insane. And we've seen that in the show. And I understand, look, you get a lot of everybody gets Frank, like, or Bernthal, John Bernthal fan cams and stuff like that, where everybody's like, ooh, John Bernthal, ooh, Punisher. But
you're
like,
only aiming that at me.
No, I'm not,
and
because literally anybody who I talk to about this at work is like, oh, but Punisher. Oh, but John Bernthal.
Oh, I didn't know John Bernthal was like a widely appreciated
Yeah, they're like, please, I would love for that guy to ask me something.
Like, appreciated man.
Like, I would love for him to ask me something.
Like, everybody wants that guy to ask him something. But like, I don't know. That's probably where I sit, where I'm like, I wish Hulk was more in this movie from what we've seen than Punisher being in this movie. I think that's my biggest takeaway. Is like, I kind of wish Peter had, and look, we haven't seen the movie, so I don't know. Right. But if I had to pick between like seeing Peter interact with Punisher or Peter interact with Hulk as like a, hey, we need to be on the same level and like talk about stuff, it'd probably be Peter and Hulk. But I don't know. I think it's gonna be fun.
Like a big thing, because have we all seen the clip where they're talking about fighting Hulk?
I know what you're talking
We
about.
all
I haven't
seen
like
it.
watched the full thing because I was just like I don't want to, but
like,
I know. What you're talking
unfortunately, I kept scrolling. I ended up hearing a bit of the first part of their conversation, I think, unless it was the whole thing. I don't know. But the way, I don't want to spoil it for you since you keep avoiding it, but the way that conversation went down about fighting the Hulk kind of made me go like, I don't think I like that. Like, going from the Punisher
You didn't
that
like
we
it?
thought, I don't know. I understand that they would have like a bit of a really fun dynamic, but I thought the fun dynamic would be like, Frank's insane. He's gonna be really fed up with Peter the whole movie, but Peter being like, "Oh, you're just trying to not do this," and he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh." I mean, I get
it is
it.
a moment
It's
of
the Hulk. Like, I get it, you know.
Yeah,
I think it's one of
I
those
don't know.
things. I view it like sort of plug Will here. I view it kind of like a. The cat really wants to say something right now. He wants to tell you something. But like, I think about like in the way comics work is like, okay, if you bring a character from another property into like one person's comic, they're gonna mold a little bit to like the character that they're around, sort of thing.
Okay.
So like,
Yeah.
if you bring a Batman comic into a Superman comic, right? Batman is gonna be a little bit more. I wouldn't say straight up jovial, but yeah, a little bit more, you know, like a little bit more uplifted.
Uh-huh.
I don't think they're shying away from the fact that Punisher and Peter are going to have this conflicting dynamic.
Yeah.
But like in a Spider-Man movie,
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like that little joke. Again, he's not like laughing, whatever. He's just kind of like, yeah, you know, like because again, like this is just a dude with guns.
Yeah, and I get it. Yeah, I guess it's just like the 180 of where we left him in his special to that little bit of interaction. I was like, oh, that's kind of like jarring. But obviously, I'm not gonna care. It's still Punisher, and it's still him in a Spider-Man movie, and I've been excited about their dynamic from day one. I was just like, oh, that's a little bit different than I thought it was gonna be. But honestly, like, I believe in John Bernthal so much because I really do think he understands Punisher as a character, so I'm really not that worried about it. I just want to know what you guys thought about it.
I guess I would just hate to walk out of that movie knowing that Spider-Man is the quips guy. Like, he is thwips and quips, and that is his whole thing. He is joking around. We see it. Dude, the best part of the trailer is him like, hey, you stretch? Like, stretch is really good for you. Like, that's the best part of the trailer. That's Spider-Man. But knowing that is kind of their tone they're going for, and to Grayson's point about, like, when a character is in a different character's story, they kind of blend a little bit more, and it's like, Cap's going to be different with Wolverine than he is with Spider-Man, obviously, especially in terms of the MCU. And I think this is why the movie is a little bit lower on my hype level. Not saying I'm not excited. I'm so excited for Brand New Day. I don't want to see John Bernthal's Punisher get Ragnaroked.
Yep.
That's what I'm
That's what I'm
kind
a
of my
little
thing.
bit afraid of. And I'm like, how do we move on with Frank if he gets Ragnaroked and MCUified to where he's in the jokes, and now it's like, now he's not.
I feel like
serious.
even John Bernthal knows that. Like he can do a little bit of that, but I don't think he's gonna push it that far.
Yeah,
With Ragnarok,
and I can
feel
agree
like
with that.
Is a
but
fair
also,
worry, but I think John Bernthal knows that's the extreme, and I don't think he'll go that far.
I don't know.
Remains to be seen.
I don't know. Like I said, I trust John Bernthal, but also like that is my fear because the MCU notoriously has very minimal serious moments without a joke being thrown in there. And
do you think though, like with the trajectory of course, like I think about No Way Home, like there's some pretty serious moments. I mean, again, it's a different director and everything, but like I think like that final act, like, and there's a couple of jokes or whatever, but there's never a joke to like that supersedes a serious moment. Like when like Peter is about to kill Goblin, you know, like that's a pretty serious thing, right? It does. I mean, again, other than that one singular joke, it seems like Punisher's pretty serious throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, and I agree. Like I'm not even gonna say you're wrong. I agree.
Because we were talking about like how many scenes they've been showing, and I'm like, okay, like the first thing that we saw, he's already pissed at Spider-Man.
Yeah,
he's
and
like,
literally shot him.
like,
yeah,
right, yeah, and it's like, So it's like, okay, like they know each other, but like, I don't think they're gonna just. Again, man, if this movie was directed by Taika Waititi, I would.
Probably wouldn't be
the
going to
reception
watch it,
around
to
the
be
build
honest.
would be completely different.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm not even a Taika Waititi hater on paper, but I'm like, there's certain characters that he meshes well. To this day, I still think Taika would crush a Deadpool movie.
Oh yeah.
I think he would.
That's probably right up his alley.
That is a Taika Waititi character to a Waititi. You know what I'm saying? Thanks.
That was good.
But
That's crazy.
but it seems like truly. Is it Destin Daniel Cretton or is it Daniel Destin Cretton?
Second one.
That's Daniel. I thought it was Destin Daniel.
Destin
Cretton.
Daniel,
I can't
yeah.
lie. It's
Destin
Destin.
I think it's
Destin
Destin.
What
Daniel.
did you say first?
I don't remember.
He said
DDC.
Daniel's second. And Destin.
I don't
first.
remember. So it's Destin first.
Yeah.
Mr. Cretton.
Good.
I
Mr.
think he
Destin.
has like a firm idea of like what this is gonna be, like the idea that he wants for Spider-Man in this, and I do think that Tom has been carrying a lot of weight with like the fact that he was able to push this movie back and like have a say in like the script and the direction.
Oh, dude, Tom was out here saying he was diving deep in people's like, YouTube videos and Reddits and being like, I am finding out what the fans want to see. And I'm like, well, nothing can get you more excited than that. I mean,
And Wonder Man was very good. Very good. They had a lot of serious
Destin
my
Daniel
moments.
Cretton.
goodness! I forgot he did
on
Wonder
Shang-
Man.
he was
Yeah,
on
Wonder Man had a
Shang-Chi?
lot of serious moments, and it was really good.
I was like, oh, Shang-Chi is great, but I'm like, oh my goodness, I forgot about Wonder Man.
Wonder Man was like the preview for me. It felt like I was like, okay, this is the guy. This is where he's at
If that's
currently.
the case, dude,
Yeah.
that just shot up my excitement like tenfold. I completely forgot about
And
that.
he was handling a very silly character like Trevor Slattery, and he made him more.
And it was amazing.
serious. Yeah, and he was so good. It was, yeah.
Some of the most
Very
heartfelt
well.
moments, not even in just this phase, but like in the MCU.
Yes. Like you can feel everything out of Trevor, and yeah.
That doesn't make. I don't think I'm super worried about Punisher then. Like
Okay.
this is not going to be Punisher from Last Kill.
Right.
They're not going to be. I don't think he's going to be doing any of that. But like, or even from Born
You might
Again.
try.
Sure. But like, again, there's a level of like, you gotta. Comics are different to each iteration.
And it's a PG-13 movie, like everyone knew. That's why everyone kept asking John Bernthal, like, how are they going to translate this? And he was like, I think we did a good job of making sure the Punisher that steps off the Last Kill is the same that entered in the Brand New Day. And I was like, I got it. Yeah.
And I think there's the only scenes we have seen have been him either in that van, in that chase, or fighting Hulk.
And
obviously,
unfortunately, also interacting with Zendaya.
Is that a bad thing, though? I'm not worried
No,
about
it's
that.
not. It's not even a
Laney's
bad
thing
thing
is
that
that
it
it's just she
happened.
thinks it's
I'm pissed
spoiling it.
off that they even did that. Why do we?
Doesn't he like
that
go after
saves-
her? Does it like he doesn't go after her like like he's like goes to protect her, right?
Yeah, Peter brings her to him to protect her while he goes, I'm guessing, to fight the Hand, and then she's like, you're just gonna let him go in alone? You guys, I feel like I've seen
and then
the
we see
majority of
Frank
the
like in the car
What?
afterwards, like,
Pisses
he's gonna
me
do
off.
something, do it now.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep,
But this pivots into another direction.
it does.
That's what we're here for.
We still do not know the main villain of this movie.
No. And
That
we
was
have
one thing
no
I wanted
lick
to
of
ask you guys, and I
baby
know we kind
None.
of glassed over it a little bit, but like, who do we really think is the main villain? Like, I think there's a part of me that felt like, especially after the first trailer, that like I think Damage Control is going to be an antagonist here.
Sure.
I think Jean is going to be looked at as an antagonist that then eventually is going to be fighting right next to Spider-Man at some point. But at the end of the day, like, there's got to be, assuming, one main villain, right? Or is there really not one main villain, and it's Spider-Man dealing with an entourage of villains over the last 4 years in the opening thing, and then
Montage.
maybe, and then Damage Control, and then he's got this Hulk problem. Like, is it just going to be like a scatter thing like that, or is there actually
If there's
gonna
no
be...
montage in this movie, I will be shocked to my core. If there's
Apparently,
no montage
I think that's gonna
villains,
be. I think that's gonna be like the opening of the movie. If
it
I'm not
has to be.
mistaken.
Has
Yeah.
to be. I will
So-
be
I'm
shocked.
fine with, because I love the Fantastic Four montage that they did. I was like, I love this way more than getting a whole freaking origin story. Not that would need an origin story with freaking Spider-Man, but I just like that we're not just gonna jump into like, and here's what Spider-Man's doing now. Like, hey, it's been 4 years. Like, catch us up to speed a little bit. So I'm a big fan of that.
As long as they're not cutting out like gold material when it comes to like him just doing cool Spider-Man stuff.
That's what I'm saying, and that's the thing about Fantastic Four's montage is that it would have been so much cooler if that montage stuff wasn't cooler than the Galactus fight that we got. Everything in the montage is way better than the Galactus fight. So that's yeah.
Will, you mentioned the thing earlier about how you were kind of getting sick of these movies having like big bads per se. There's a lot of rumors going around with like
I have one more thing to add to this too, and I should probably just throw it out there because it might tie into the villain talk. I didn't want to cut you off, but I was like, you might go down a tangent. But the reason I want to tie this in with the villain stuff is because a lot of fans obviously have rumors and theories and this, that, and the other on what they think this movie is at its core, and a lot of people think that I don't want to say a lot of people, but I've seen people throw out online that there may be a bit of a surprise in the third act, where in terms of like, because we were speculated even when you came on for like the 4th episode of the podcast, like when the hell does Brand New Day actually take place? Is it before Doomsday? Is it like right before Doomsday? Like within days? What do you guys think the chances are that we're actually about to watch a Battle World movie and we won't even know until the end?
What the heck? No way.
I've heard people throw that out, and I wanted to get your guys' thoughts.
Like and that's why they keep pushing out all the marketing, because everything we're seeing is just like the first third of the movie, and the last 2/3 are like Battle World.
No, he's saying that.
Go ahead.
He's saying. I think you were saying that this entire movie is New York City in Battle World, and we don't even know it
until the end. And listen, I think it's a decent theory people have had online.
I don't hate that.
And it's very interesting and makes a lot of sense because we
Can I
don't know the villain and we don't know how this ties into the next two Avengers.
And it makes sense why Jean would be there.
And we know Tom and Sadie are both in Secret Wars, but not Doomsday.
Can I say, would that blow my mind sitting in the theater? Yes, I would go, what? Like, probably audible. But what I don't like is it took an entire world built ground up by Doctor Doom to get Spider-Man's New York City to be the Spider-Man New York City that we want.
That's a fair point.
Like, the only reason why I don't think that's even possible is because we literally see him getting the key to the city from Kingpin's old assistant, and I'm like,
Laney,
like already established.
Another thing too is
Daredevil Born Again takes place in Battle World right now.
No, I was just gonna say, what are the other chances that, let's just say the half of this movie, for the sake of conversation, takes place in our regular old Earth 616 New York. Maybe there's something that happens that we don't actually see, and then at some point it's like, wait a minute, something feels off about this last half of the movie. Are we on Battle World now? And then, like, at the end, like, we see what I'm just trying to throw out ideas
it's Stranger
and theories.
Things finale conformity gate, but in
Not that shit. No.
But another thing that
this
gets
isn't
me
freaking Finn Wolfhard crawling into the world between worlds. Like,
yeah. Another thing that gets me about, like, I'm really thinking about the Battle World theories is because Yelena is also very heavily rumored for this movie, and there's no chance she's already on.
And she's going to be naked, apparently.
Yeah, and she's cracking Spider-Man, dude. Are you kidding me?
Lady had the biggest
another
reaction
thing
of all
that,
three
like,
of us
the
for that.
Yelena stuff really screws with the way that I'm seeing the timeline of all of these things, because where we leave the Thunderbolts looks like it's on the set of Doomsday. Like, that's the last shot, okay, yeah.
Just to go on the Yelena thing, we were talking about it earlier. I think the Yelena Peter stuff is going to happen within the montage, where like Peter's going to be like, I need to get myself back out there, and there's going to be like some kind of bit where it's like, oh man, I wish superheroes had a dating app or something like that, right? And then it's going to be him and Yelena, and Peter's going to have the mask on the whole time, and it's going to be like, that's what I'm going. Okay, there will be a intimacy coordinator needed for after that. What I'm saying is, like, during the montage portion, that's what they said, the intimacy coordinator.
I don't know about the whole...
And then
I think
Zendaya and Tom were like, we don't really know if this scene's really working out. And people are like, yeah, maybe it's because it was Tom and Yelena.
And Yelena
I
cracking.
thought the rumor was I heard the rumor was that the scene when he's hanging upside down from the organic webbing, there's been rumors circulating that he is going to have a blonde neighbor, all right, this whole movie, and that the neighbor is actually Yelena, and when he falls down, like he is
That ties
on the
into
balcony of her apartment, and she walks out of the shower, and he's on the balcony naked, and that's it. That's the extent of the scene.
But why wouldn't they live in their little tower?
Yeah, isn't she?
I don't think they don't live there.
I figured they probably did.
Yeah, I thought they
It
lived
looked
there.
like they were pretty set up in that post-credit scene.
No, I don't. I don't think she.
Well,
would
since
live
you brought up
in
the blonde neighbor, what do you guys think the chances are that we're getting a Gwen Stacy debut for Tom's trilogy?
No, get that out of here.
Second trilogy.
Oh, he said get it out of here. So
I
what are
just-
the chances
I don't need
that
it.
she's not Jean Grey, she's Firestar? Thoughts?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
I
don't
didn't
know
know this was.
anything
I didn't know
about
this was
Firestar.
episode 4 of the Lightforce podcast. It's episode 49. We've matured.
Listen,
Sadie
I've accepted
Sink is
it.
playing Morph. That's who she's playing.
Oh,
And she's gonna be all of these different characters.
what character is she?
Nice.
All of the above.
All
Yep.
of them.
She's
Listen.
I'll be the first person to come on here and publicly apologize if she's not Jean Grey, because I've been
You
riding
should.
that bandwagon since day freaking 1. But
She's gonna be Jean Grey, bro.
She's gonna be Jean Grey.
I've just
I
accepted
got people
it
in my
at this
comments
point.
be like, I mean, maybe she's gonna be Madeline Pryor, and I'm like,
Oh
Did
my
you see
we're gonna
that
start off
McDonald's
the
commercial
MCU
thing?
mutant
Yes.
saga with
Yeah.
Madeline or Rachel instead of just Jean herself. Come on, guys, context
She's
clues.
gonna be Jean Grey.
Mhm.
There's no way she's not. If she's not, it'll be the biggest switcheroo.
Absolutely.
And if it's a Ralph Boner situation,
Yeah, wouldn't it be such a letdown if she
I
was
that
will
some...
will be what it is.
I will kick
Yeah.
myself in my own balls.
Okay.
I don't know how, but
Wait, I'll do it.
I'll be so
Wait, can I do
pissed.
it?
Literally, no.
I will kick myself.
Lady said, me. But bro, I don't know. We're not.
Noah
even-
throws a shoe and he's just like,
Yeah. That'd be so
Might take
funny.
a couple tries. Woo! I'm sorry, dude. We're
Where
about to
do
watch
you-
a
so,
movie in
like-
2 weeks where one of the 3 faces of the next 10 years of the MCU is making their debut. All right, let's just leave it at that.
Where do you think we're gonna, by the end of this movie, where do you think we're gonna be? Where are we leaving off with Spider-Man? Because he's in Secret Wars and
Is he
not
dead?
confirmed for Doomsday. Is he
I
gonna
think he
die?
might- Okay, what's up with this whole thing about Zendaya? She's wearing all black and she's
But
talking
that's not
about
even
bring
true.
tissues.
It's
Yeah,
not
I
true.
know.
She's
But
worn
she
a
is
lot
wearing.
of colors.
Yeah, it's true.
She was
Uh,
wearing all black, but then she switched.
She
But that's
switched.
not true because that one dress that she wore that had all the webbing stuff in the back, that was definitely a very navy blue dress. Like,
I
it
don't
wasn't
remember.
black. It wasn't. I remember I liked that dress.
I don't think him dying is out of the, or something happening being out of the realms of possibility to quote knock him off the board when it comes to Doomsday, because there's a lot of characters they're managing in Doomsday. You are literally doing a Spider-Man movie 5 months before, less than that.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to be like, why is Spider-Man not in this Avengers movie?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot of rumors that it's going to be Toby. Would be gas, if true. Would love that. Also, same thing with Hugh Jackman. But there's no way that Tom is not in Secret Wars. It's just... But I just don't... the whole dying thing, I'm kind of like... How
It's their
would
own
it happen?
fault. It's their own fault for putting that Venom symbiote thing in the end credit scene of No Way Home.
But I don't...
I want to
okay.
know if that thing crawls into a grave and revives Peter Parker, could they please explain what the hell this little piece of symbiote's been doing, just hanging out in New York City for 5 years?
Yeah.
Where's
It's
it
not
been?
in New York City, bro. It's in Mexico.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how'd it get? Yeah, that's another thing. What the hell? It's just
that's
been
actually
crawling.
the montage. It's like a Muppet style montage, and the little symbiote is
Oh
on
my-
a bus,
Bang!
and then going through an airport.
It's like in Super Mario Galaxy when you're following Yoshi from behind. Did anybody see
Like
that?
yes,
No,
I know what
like,
you're talking
listen.
about.
Yeah, you know what I'm
It
talking
keeps
about. We're just
cutting to
following
different.
Magoo. Yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness. They got Biggie behind them.
I have no idea what you're talking about right
You're
now.
speaking a different language.
Galaxy? Shoot. Okay, guys. Nobody saw that movie? Made
So-
over $1 million? Alright, my bad.
So, Will, do you think
Nice.
Peter's gonna die, or?
No, they
Maybe
don't
you're
like it.
No.
They don't like it.
No, because
Chris Evans.
everything with him dying is like the most. I don't know. Look, like we said about Wonder Man, I have faith in DDC, but I just don't want him to die for the sake of not being in Doomsday. If he's going to die, it has to make sense. Give me him returning in a giant spider and being birthed out of the cocoon of a giant spider. If he's going to die.
Yes.
Make it weird, Spider-Man. Make
Like
it.
like the other.
Yep. Make it weird, Spider-Man. If they're going to do that, if they're not going that route. There's no reason to kill him. Like, why?
So when he wakes up in that cocoon, or in that big, and all that webbing in the trailer, that's him actually coming out of hibernation, and he went in prior to Battleworld, and he's waking up on Battleworld. I just figured it out, guys.
Because a big spider pooped him out.
I was actually being semi-serious.
Oh.
But
I genuinely thought we weren't being serious anymore.
Noah said
Sorry.
he was serious, and Laney said poop.
Yep, I said poop.
why did she say
You
shit?
can always count on that.
Do we have
Do
anything
we
else to
even
talk
have
about
anything else
Spider-Man?
for Spider-Man? Because, like...
I have one question to ask if we're done with Spider-Man, but if we're...
Well, okay, the only thing is that we're talking about main villain thing. If there's gonna be a villain, it's probably gonna be Keith David, and he's probably gonna be the Jackal, and that'd be sick, and I'd love that because that ties into a lot of different stuff from those comic homage panels. Shout out to, I believe it's fantastic, Drew Parker. A couple months back, he did a whole breakdown thing on like why he thinks the Jackal is the main bad guy, and I love that because it's super 60s and 70s of the comics. I think that'd be awesome. That's that. Post-credit scene wise, I don't freaking know what the heck's gonna happen in this movie. I don't know, man. I'm just happy for a new Spider-Man movie. Literally the only thing that I genuinely... Oh, okay. Here's the big thing we can talk about. Is Daredevil in this movie, man?
If he is, like, cool, but if he's not, I'm not going to be disappointed. Because there's so much else going on.
Why is the hand in the...
But why the hand? Like, you can't use the hand and fight in prison and then be like, no, but no Daredevil. That's weird.
Especially because we know Elektra is in Born Again Season 3. And, like, she was directly tied in Defenders with the hand. So I'm like, there got to be something going on there, right?
Yeah. But the set leak photo that poor Mr. Luke Cage posted, Mike Coulter, that's on set of Daredevil Born Again Season 3. So it's not like he's getting out of prison in Spider-Man, but we might see him in prison in Spider-Man.
I was going to say, do you think he's in prison but he doesn't get broken out?
Yes.
Like he's just like Spider-Man shows up to just like...
If he's in it,
defend.
yes.
He's like, I gotta do my time, I'm staying here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because obviously Punisher's not going to go to a federal prison because then they're just going to lock him up too.
Right.
You know?
But
like Spider-Man's
Zendaya
trusted.
says, are you really just going to let him go in there alone?
And Frank's
So
like,
there you
well,
go.
I kinda got us.
He's like,
Frank's
he's like, last time I was in a prison, I killed 80 people in a hallway. So
Yeah. And it was really
awesome.
cool.
it was really sick. And there was a little red Punisher symbol from the blood. You should have seen it. It was crazy.
It's crazy. And he went,
but
and it was really cool.
it's so good. It's
There
so
was
good.
blood everywhere. That white hallway, not white anymore.
His white jumpsuit.
Yeah, listen, the one thing to wrap up the Spider-Man talk, unless anybody has anything else to add, is although they've shown a lot between 2 trailers and TV spots, and it does feel like they're showing a lot at this point, there's still so many freaking questions about this movie. So even though, like, I feel like we have seen a lot, I'm still going in like, dude, I really don't even know what kind of movie we're about to watch. So, like,
we're hyped.
that's a huge positive, and yeah, I'm hyped.
I think I'm just happy to have like what I've kind of always wanted in like an MCU crossover of like when I think of like people wanted Spider-Man in the MCU, like obviously they're like, oh, why wouldn't he be in Avengers and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to take it as like, okay, what characters are going to fit best with Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
And of course, back in the initial Genesis, it was just like the quickest thing they could think of was Iron Man because of Civil War and stuff. But now that we've had some time to breathe, it's like they're clearly being a little bit more selective with what characters he's teaming up with, and it's like, obviously, if you're plugged into the comics, that's Defenders, that's Fantastic Four, you know, like those types of characters, right? That's what people really want, and it seems like they're embracing that, which I think is good. Otherwise, though, like the same thing with No Way Home, as badly as I wanted to know if Andrew and Toby were in the movie, and it was such a great surprise when that finally did get paid off, there was also a level of like letting my hands go of just being like, you know what? I just want to enjoy this movie.
That's how I feel about Doomsday for the most part.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even want to try to figure out what's going on with Doomsday, genuinely. Because makes me annoyed, and it makes me less excited when I try to think about it.
It makes you stressed. You're
yes,
like, what?
It makes me
I
stressed.
don't know.
I'm like, wait, I didn't make the movie. Like, it's not riding on me. Like, what the heck? Yeah,
but
that's
you like
how
watch the
I
movie,
feel
and then it says written by Laney from Lightforce podcast. And
I would be killed the next day. Like, I would literally die.
Which works.
One more Spider-Man question before we move on. Yes or no, do you think we will get the Punisher Spider-Man comic panel where he's all beat up and Punisher's carrying him? Yes or no?
Probably.
Wait, is it Night Nurse in the movie too? Is it Rosario? Was that confirmed?
People are. I don't know if it's confirmed, but I remember
that would be
rumors.
Crazy.
I'd be sick. I'd love that if he brought him to Night Nurse.
I mean, if Punisher's going to be there when Peter fights the Hand, he's already kind of battle damaged in the trailer, so that's probably going to be
Peter's dog walking those Hand members, bro. Peter's not going to lose a fight. I'm just kidding.
His eyes go black, and he's like, "You're all dead."
And that's the big thing is I'm so excited to see what this whole mutation thing is going to be. Like I'm stoked.
What I really liked is when he was mutating again in when they had the crossover with the X-Men animated series, and he was like, "Can you guys help me?" And Professor X was like, "That's not what I do. I help you like adapt to it. I don't fix your mutation." He was like, "I don't want to be a freak. I'm out of here." It's so funny to me.
So real, Pete. So real.
He's like, "I don't want to be a freak.
That's
just
so
like
funny.
always. I'm on my own." And he leaves.
You did bring up a good point. That is the one thing that I'm like kind of okay with the gene thing. Is I'm like, if they're really embracing of like Peter having this mutation and Bruce going back to his mutated form of the Hulk, of like if a big theme of this is going to be like accepting oneself and the change within oneself, like Jean being like a backdoor, like we don't even need it really like, oh, her Jean Grey, okay, and it really just being like she's kind of caught up in this whole mess and that's really it. I think I'm okay with that sort of thing because it doesn't feel like I always think about like Hawkeye was just chilling in Thor, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it was like, and I think if it's, now I think she's going to have a bigger role than Hawkeye ever did in Thor. But if it's something like that, I'm cool with that. I don't want it to be this whole, like, we're using Spider-Man to, like, really, you know, I don't think it's going to be this thing of her, like, they're really setting up the X-Men. I think they're more so just kind of, like, soft launching this character in a way.
It's just a step up from saying Kamala Khan is a mutant.
Right.
I will say about the Hand thing, to Grayson's point about Bruce, why I think that if they do recreate that comic panel, it'll be after the Hand if Punisher is there, is because it kind of seems like Peter's going to have to, like Grayson said, the accepting of oneself, but it's going to come from, like, this is my assumption from seeing the trailer, there's going to be blackout Peter, where he's going to have, like, the eyes go over, and he's going to be doing a lot of stuff, and kind of like the jacket that I'm wearing, it's going to be like Avatar state, kind of, where Peter's not necessarily
Spider state.
Exactly, where, like, Peter's not necessarily in charge.
It's instant kill.
Well, and then after something is taken down, and the problem is over, the survival mode drops, and he's just going to pass out. And that's going to be why he's beaten up, and Punisher's going to have to, like, pick him up like that. And that's where that comic panel's going to be.
That's the comic panel, yeah. Yep, totally.
Which is good with the which is good with the Bruce Banner thing, because Bruce is obviously, like, the main character for blacking out and being like, oh, that was the other guy.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
It's true.
Whenever this ends, go watch Avatar: Legend of Aang on Paramount Plus.
Legally.
Go watch it. Yeah, legally.
Legally, not the leaked version.
Support the artist. That shit looks gas, dude. Are you kidding me?
We should just, even if we
and
watch it
speaking of wrestlers turned actors, Dave Bautista is a voice actor in that movie. Okay, back to you.
Yeah, because
Even
Batista's
if-
goated.
Yeah, because
He
he's good at
is.
his job.
He knows what he's doing.
Hey, Dave
he can act.
Dave Batista's a top 3 wrestler for me for all time. Not actor.
That's
just wrestler
fine.
in
He's a
general.
wrestler. He's a wrestler.
And he's a great actor too.
Yep.
I was gonna say, even if all of us watch Legend of Aang before we get to Rebel Scum, we should still watch it again together.
I'm dog.
Either
I'm gonna be
that or
watching
we
that
go see
movie
Spider-Man.
So many times.
So many times,
gonna
right?
be
We gotta
so
watch it.
good.
We gotta watch it together. That and Spider-Man. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Well,
Who's winning, Aang or Spider-Man? You'll see that on the next one.
all right, everybody. Where can everybody find you? Give me the old socials.
I'll do it. I'll
Yeah.
do it. You can find us. You can find like Determined Focus at Determined Focus Pod. You can find us on YouTube. I'm at Mortis FM. Will is at Will of the Force _. We stream every Monday night. We're mostly talking about Star Wars, but it's been a slow Star Wars season, so we're talking, some more comic book stuff. We talked Supergirl this past week, and we definitely will be talking Brand New Day. And
Follow Will's other account, Will of the Other Force.
Will of the
I don't
Force
know, I
2.
forget
It's
the
like the
name.
Krusty Krab 2,
Will
but
of the
better.
Force 2. The Krusty Krab.
It's not gonna go
2.
under like the Krusty Krab 2
That's a
did.
good reference.
Scrap too. Yeah, that's just kind of where I put all my Batman ramblings. So
Yeah.
if you're not getting
Everyone
enough
loves that.
Batman on the Lightforce podcast, which you're basically getting none.
You're not. Yeah. Yeah. He
Will
cooked
and
right
I
there.
like Batman.
Batman's
Yeah.
awesome.
Noah likes Batman.
He's
Yeah, I
getting
just
there.
don't watch a lot of
We
content.
gotta get.
I like Lego
Will.
Batman. Oh,
Lady, where can they find
gotta
you?
get-
Oh, go ahead, Grayson. Go ahead,
No,
Grayson.
you gotta get into Absolute Batman. That's the one you gotta. Oh my god.
Dog, that's like drinking a White Monster and listening to Linkin Park. Are you kidding me? That's right.
Oh,
up your alley.
fuck,
It's
dude.
so true.
I should do
Noah.
it all at the same time. And then,
I've
Noah,
actually
you're gonna be-
genuinely never read a comic with more aura in my life.
Noah, you're going to be reading that before the gym at 5 a.m. Like, if you're going to the gym, you're just going to be in the car reading Absolute Batman, being like, let's go. Like, there's
you'll come out of the
nothing-
car like John Bernthal in the prison scene. He's like,
I actually might need to go
"Ooh,"
watch
and
this
go
now
into
for
the-
No,
the,
straight
the
up.
gym motivation, for the
Dude.
testosterone boost.
I hear you.
Dog. I'll send you
there
some.
you go.
I'll send you some motion comics. Speaking of motion comics, Laney, did you plug that yet?
No, so I haven't said it at all to anybody, but Theory Guy on Instagram is literally animating and creating a motion comic for the Spider-Man Superman crossover comic that came out. Was it a couple months ago? Last month? It was a while ago.
It was
now.
like
2 months ago?
April or
May. I think
Yeah.
it was May. Yeah. So he's literally animating that entire comic, and it's going to be really sick. And I don't know when the release date is. I don't even know that. But it's coming out really soon, so you should follow Theory Guy on Instagram. I think that's his exact @ It might have an underscore in there somewhere. You'll see. He has a bunch of animated comics in his post, and it's really cool. He's so talented. The Spider-Man voice actor, the Superman voice actor, they're so talented. And I play a very, very small role of Dr. Clyburn. Who would have thought I'd be voicing a
Oh, that's
DC
crazy
character?
cool.
Yeah, who would have thought I would be voicing a DC character if I voice
The
actor
teaser was
debut?
sick. The
It
teaser on
was
Instagram was sick.
It's so cool. I didn't think that they were gonna include me in that little last snippet in the very end.
I actually haven't seen this, so I gotta check this
Okay,
out.
oh my gosh,
Grayson,
you have to watch it.
it's awesome.
It's so
Okay,
sick.
okay,
It's so sick.
okay.
And I asked people, so what did you think? Like, how did you think I sounded? And everyone's like, I didn't know that was you. And I was like, yes! I was like, nobody knew it was me, thank God. But it's really cool. So I voice a character in it. I'm going to have like 5 or 6 lines maybe, but it's really cool. I get to talk to Superman and Spider-Man. Like, it's fire.
That's
so you guys
so
should go
sick.
check it out. Yeah, because it's really cool. I even did research on Dr. Clyburn because I really wanted to know like if she's been voiced in the past. It
She's
was
really
like one
trying to
other
channel
time.
the character.
I just wanted to know, like, is she really supposed to sound a certain way? And it didn't really seem like it, so I just did my own thing with it. But it's really cool. You guys should go check it out. Yeah.
Noah, before you wrap it up, congratulations on 1 year. You guys
On the
did
Lightforce
it.
podcast. Here we
It's
got
We're
a
almost-
still together.
couple
Yeah,
weeks to go.
congratulations
Couple
on
weeks
the
to go.
year.
Actually,
is.
the Friday we're at Rebel Scum is when our 1 year anniversary of the podcast episode will drop. I don't know what we're gonna film for the podcast that week, but we'll definitely be filming stuff at Rebel Scum. What? I don't know yet. I really need to
Don't
put
know.
more thought into it. But yeah, it's gonna be fun, and it's been a fun year. I feel like we're really
Yes.
hitting our stride the last several months. I feel like March to now has been like the podcast is really starting to take shape and really be a lot more entertaining, in my opinion, than it was in the beginning. So I'm liking it. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you very much.
And you can find me everywhere at Laney Byers on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch.
You guys can follow me everywhere, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, at Noah Nation Nerdy, and of course go follow the podcast everywhere at the Lightforce Pod. We're on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Subscribe here on YouTube, drop a like, follow on Apple and Spotify, and yeah, I think we are going to cut this into a 2-part episode, which is just going to make this next week even crazier, because there's like episode 49 of the podcast, part 1, part 2, then the San Diego Comic-Con episode, where we barely even talked. We didn't even get into that, but whatever. There's plenty of other stuff to talk about. Yeah, guys, thanks for coming on. It was a great time.
Happy to.
My focus is so determined right now. And,
we love determined
that's all I got.
focus. Okay, bye.
Thanks for having us. We appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around. Make sure to follow these guys.
Thanks for yapping.
That's it. Anytime.